Hi, good day. This is Marcos Alexander, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to actually create the real project. We're going to create the template page for our pages. We're going to create the database and the tables, and we're going to do the registration functionality. Now, keep in mind, for you to follow this playlist I'm going to do now, which is actually building the project, you must follow the videos from Learning PHP. So, the video I'm going to do today is going to get straight to the point. I'm not going to explain too much. I'll probably talk while I'm typing, but it's not about explaining. To explain and understand, well, at least to understand PHP, follow this particular video. Alright, I mean playlist, Learning PHP. Once you follow this video, you will have an understanding of what I'm going to do now, right? So, if you haven't, by the way, if by chance you follow this video and you might have already created your project, it's okay, but I'm going to pretend I'm going to create the actual project from start. So, let me begin. I'm going to create my folder first. So, I'm going to my directory. C XAMPP htdocs, and I'm going to create a folder. This is my project. I'm going to give it a silly name, but of course you name it some better. 2018, I mean book in Jan 2018 video. Of course you name yours something better, right? This makes sense to me because I have more than one different projects. So I create my project with nothing in it. I open Sublime, and where's my booking app? There it is. So first thing I need is a template. I'm going to W3 Schools and take a Bootstrap template page. W3 Schools Bootstrap. I'm not concerned about design at the moment. I'm looking for a nav bar. I'm going to use the last one, although there are different options, right? Try it yourself. Control and A to copy everything, well, highlight everything. Control and C. And, oops, yeah, forget that. I create a new file. I'm going to copy all this. Copy that. Paste this here. Sorry, I'm creating my header.php, and I'm going to call this part the footer. One minor change, I'm just going to go to the header and add div, div class equals container. I'm going to take this part. In fact, I'm going to highlight this and copy it. So just put this in your header, and in the footer, just add this part, right? So by the way, don't type while I'm typing this. Observe, follow, pause, and then do it. So I'm going to create my first page, which is a registration page. Registration.php. I'm going to include my header. Include header.php. I'm going to include my footer. I'm just going to put a note here for me to know it's a footer. Alright, let me view my page. Open XAMPP, start it up. Of course, I configured this already, right? I'm going to Apache admin. I need to change my port. Localhost 8012. I'm going to navigate to my folder. There we go. Wait, where's my header? Okay. Look at that weird. I'm not sure why my header isn't showing, but it's here anyway. Alright, so my registration page. Let me design the registration page first. Form. Must have a form tags. Action is which page is going to do the processing. Well, it's the registration.php page. Method equals post, which means to kind of send information in the background. And I need first name, last name, email, password, contact, first name, last name, email, password, contact, Input type is text. I'm gonna call this first name. And I'm being lazy by copying and pasting here. Just be very careful. Oops. Last name. Email. Password. I'm going to change this type to password so you can see it. One more BL. Input. A button is a submit. I'm going to call this button registration. Let me save Ctrl and S and view my page. Looking neat. Ignore this information. So I have the information set up here. Let's create the database now. Back to XAMPP. Let's go to MySQL admin. Of course, I change the port again. Localhost :8012. New. I'm going to call mine booking Jan 2018 underscore video. That's because I have different projects for different scenarios, right? You create, of course, give it a more meaningful name for yours, right? My first table is a users table. I need a user ID, first name, last name, email, password, contact, user type. I need to know what type of user you are, and your registration date. So that's 8 fields. Click go. So I'm going to name them first. User ID, first name, last name, email, password, contact, user type, registration underscore date, no spaces, right? And the first one is an int, leave that. The second one is a varchar. In fact, most of them are varchars. I could just press V and it will select it, right? So click here, press V, and yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry. The registration date is a date time. Let's put the length now. I'm going to put 100 here. Oops. 100, 100, 100, 100. The contact could be 20, I guess. User type could be 20. We don't put one pre-registration date. We're going to put some default values. So a default means if you don't put information, it's going to be here by default. So by default, the registration date is the current time. And by default, the user type is as defined. I'm going to type the word user. So if you don't, which the person don't determine, they don't type in what type of user they are. But when they register, by default, you're going to be a user. And the most important thing now is I change this auto ID. I mean this user ID. And I put this auto increment and a primary key. So let's click go. That should be it. So let's take a peek again. Right, and we click save. So that's my database setup. Let's go back to my codes here. Let me look at my page one more time. Looking good. Let's prepare the PHP codes. I mean, yeah, the PHP codes. So I'm going to W3 schools, PHP. I'm looking, scrolling along slowly. I'm looking for insert data. I want the procedural, not object-oriented. Not this. Not this, not PDO. This one, I'm going to create my connection first. Root. For XAMPP, it's nothing. My database is called booking Jan 2018 underscore video, I think. And the name of, when I connected the database, there's going to be a word called here CONN or con, or short for connection. I save that. Connection.php. And let's make a quick change to our header. Let's just add something on top here, PHP code. Session start. I haven't done a video on what a session is as yet, but just put it. Session start, close and save. So back to this. Let's prepare our PHP codes to insert information to the database. But before we do that, let's put our PHP. we need to see if something was sent in the background first. So we're going to say if server request method equals exactly how I type it, right? Just for now, exactly how I type it. So I'm going to see if information was sent in the background. Oops, I made a mistake here. This is supposed to be here, and this is not supposed to be here. All right, so if bracket server request method equals double sign means equals, and then I want to put the information for me fields. So I'm going to say first name is equal. Now type this exactly. Follow how I type it, right? So I'm gonna say MySQL underscore real, and the first one is escape string. But I'm gonna click. Oops, my apologies. Let's put some here quickly. Let's add the connection first. So I want to connect the database first. So I'm gonna say require connection.php, and then I'm going back to what I was supposed to be doing now, which is MySQL underscore. I keep saying I. It will be I just now, right? Real escape, and I can press tab here, and it types out automatically for me. So there are two things we need in here. We need our connection, and we're going to put the word trim, which is our function. What am I going to trim? I'm going to trim underscore post, and the name of the field, which is first name. So I'm just going to zoom out a bit so you can see the entire line. So this is it. But try to avoid typing everything manually, right? So I'm going to do the others. In fact, let me test this first to make sure it works. Echo first name. Let's test this. This is a good idea. Let's test this. Control and S. Go to my page. I'm just going to type hello here. I don't care about the others for now. Click submit. Oh, we got an error. Line 9. Undefined function. Oops, okay, I forgot to mention this. Sublime does not recognize the I part, but it's actually I. MySQL I underscore real escape string. Alright, so I'm glad I tested that one time. Try back again. Don't refresh the page, right? Hello? There, it's working. So now I know this code is working, so it's saved. I can take this part off. It's saved to copy and paste now. So first name, last name, email, password, and contact. So let's change it. First name, last name. Could double click this, copy, paste. Email, password, contact. Right, so I put the information from the fields. Next, I want to insert information to the database. I'm going to get the code first. So I'm back to my insert part. I'm only copying this part here. Note, if you try doing this in Eclipse, you may have problems with the copy and paste. Some red lines may show up. That's because some information gets put in the background without you knowing. So I need to fix my query. I need to get a query. Well, I'm going back to my database, and I'm going to manually insert something here. I'm going to make this up. I don't put in the ID, right? The first one is John. Wow, I need to change something. I made a mistake here. So this says it's an integer. It's supposed to be a varchar. So structure, change, varchar. Right? I hope you spot the error before I actually saw it. So back to insert. John Doe at mail. I'm making this up, right? Password is password 1. Contact is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, by default, we're leaving this here, and we're leaving this here, and I click go. The query works, so I could copy and paste this. I'm going to put it right here. Alright, so for John, which was the first name, I'm going to put the variable first name. And remember, once again, there's tutorial videos in the PHP learning section, but the playlist that explains all this stuff. I'm just doing it. First name, last name, email. For the password, I'm going to do some encryption. Password. Contact. Use and stamp. And if it works, I'm just going to put a message here. Successfully registered. Please go to the login page. Talk about login page. Let me add a little link. We don't have a login page just yet, but let me add a little link down here. I'm gonna put a BR here and a P tag, and then A tab. href is the page you're going to. Actually, for now, don't put nothing. Login here. Alright, so let's follow this line. And we get this. But that's not important now, right? So I put the information from the fields, my query, and if it works, it displays this message. If it doesn't work, it shows the error. We will leave the error message for now, but later on in the future, we'll take out those error messages. So I think this should be it. Let's test it and see. Don't click this one. Just go up here, press enter. I'm going to enter SpongeBob. I'm leaving the email. Now, please put a consistent password because you cannot see the password and it's going to be encrypted in the database, right? So I always put the same password, capital P. Oops. Then common letters. Password 1. My contact is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I click submit. We have a little minor error, but it seems that it works. Oh, we have to fix the email part. So I have an error in line 11. Oh, did I name something email? Oh, look at a simple mistake here. I type a capital letter here, but it's actually supposed to be common. So most likely the information, and that is actually a problem. Common letters and capital makes a huge difference. I think most likely the information was put into the database except the email part. You see? So I'm going to delete this, although I don't need to. I'm going to fix the change. So here's supposed to be common. I changed it already. I'm going to try this back one more time just to make sure it's working 100%. I could type whatever email I want. Password 1. Contact is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now be careful with your password. Please put something you're going to remember, because when I do the login page, you will not be able to look at the database and see what password you used before. So, oh, I would have too much digits, but I don't care about that, right? So it worked, successfully registered. Let's see one more time. I need to make sure the order is correct to her. So Sponge, Bob, the email. Look at the password. I cannot see the password. So when you're doing the login page, you need to know your password. So that's it for the registration page. It's working. And once again, please follow the videos from me learning PHP to understand what I did. I don't have time. Well, actually, I have time. This is why I have this playlist video. But in the video I'm doing now, I will not be explaining stuff in details. The assumption is you either have experience in PHP or you would have watched these videos before and followed them. So that's it, and enjoy. Take care.